Independent Senator Bernie Sanders was the first to say he's not going to attend, but he is here with us. We appreciate that. Let's start with this, sir. Do you believe that this was more than just a protocol, a breach of protocol?
Yeah, I think this was a political act on the part of the Speaker of the House, Mr. Boehner. Look, under our Constitution and the way we do business, the President of the United States is our leader on foreign policy. And especially in such a volatile region as the Middle East, the idea that the Speaker would invite Mr. Netanyahu to address a joint session without consulting the President of the United States is not only disrespectful, I think it muddies the water in terms of how we address the major issues facing us around the world and especially in the Middle East. Go ahead, I'm sorry. Oh,
no, go ahead and continue. I just wanted to read to you what Prime Minister Netanyahu said in a statement earlier this week and get your response from that. He says, "I'm going to the United States not because I seek a confrontation with the president, but because I must fulfill my obligation to speak up on the matter that affects the very survival of my country." And your response to that, Senator?
I think Mr. Netanyahu and other leaders throughout the world have every right in the world to speak up on the issues that they consider to be important, and they have the right to voice their opinions. But what we are trying to do right now is work out a mechanism by which we can end the Iranian movement toward nuclear weapons. Now, people here in Congress disagree. We argue about it all of the time. But I think it is in very bad taste and, in fact, dangerous to bring the leader of a foreign country to come to the floors of Congress to criticize the President of the United States. If he wants to do that, he can do it all over the world, but not on the floors of Congress. And the other point that I would make, Francis, is everybody knows that there is a very important election taking place in Israel. That election will take place some 2 weeks after Mr. Netanyahu comes to the United States. And I don't think we should give the floor of Congress over to any political leader to use as a political opportunity to enhance their political fortunes back home.
Sure, which is what has been the president's stance as well, knowing that that election is coming up and not wanting to get involved there. I want to change topics here and ask you about the AUMF here. I saw that your initial reaction was that the wording makes you, quote, very, very nervous. What exactly is it about that makes you nervous?
Well, look, let's not have short memories. Let's remember the war in Iraq, that war we should never have gotten into. Let's remember the war in Afghanistan, where we stayed for some 12 years. The loss of almost 7,000 brave Americans, trillions of dollars being spent. I worry very much about a never-ending war in the Middle East that will cost us lives, cost us people coming home with terrible injuries, and continued expenditure of huge sums of money. The main concern that I have is that at the end of the day, what's going on in that region is a war for the soul of Islam. I do not believe that the United States or European countries are going to ever win that war. All right. We should be supportive of our allies in the Middle East, but we can't lead that effort.
All right. Well, I have to ask you here, before we let you go, very quickly, you were born in Brooklyn, which we just learned will not be the site for the Democratic National Convention, lost to Philadelphia. Your reaction to that?
I think the DNC has the right to choose a city.
You're not bummed a little bit?
Philadelphia is a beautiful city.
I was going to say you're not bummed a little bit that it's not going to be home? All right. Senator Bernie Sanders, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.